What's up, guys? Zaid here, and today I've got a high-rated speed duels replay for you. We got your sus with 939 ranking versus Justice with 1312. I think these are two of the highest-rated speed duels players, and I think the dude's name is Rook's Court or something like that. He hosts tournaments every week, and I think your sus got first at the most recent or the one before that. I don't remember for sure, but your sus is playing the Union deck, the XYZs, and Justice is playing I forget the skill's name again, Interconflict deck with opening hands, skill successor, double Zoma, and a Sphere Karibo for Justice, and then Union Scramble, Book, Offerings of the Doom, and Foolish for your sus. I'm gonna get a sip of water real quick. My throat be dry. Shit hits the spot. So, looks like your sus is going first, and he's just going to set 2 pass. Ooh, set 3 pass. Justice top decks a Book of Moon. Same board, set 3 pass. But then your sus draws into the hanger, searching Y. I was talking about this in a different replay I was filming. I'm not sure if you set 3 in this deck. I don't know what his mindset was when he set 3, but I've been just thinking recently, if you kind of want the hanger to be live, because here, if he would have kept one of these in hand, I don't know which one he would have kept, but maybe the hanger or the scramble because it's not live. But he could have summoned Y, equipped the Z, and then Foolish would be able to send X, and he'd just have access to all the letters from this point on. But because he didn't, now the Y is just by itself, all by its lonely. But he's gonna summon Y, enter battle, hit for 15. Justice is gonna take it, and then activate 2 Zomas at the end phase. Draws into a Sphere Karibo, flips both those to attack and goes to battle. Attacks in the Y, deals 300. Yeah, these are 18. And then swings 18 direct, gets Book of Moon. And when the trap monsters get Book of Moon, they go back to the set spell or trap zone. So then the turn's coming back over to your sus, who's going to then activate Foolish for X and use the skill for the XZ Dragon Cannon, which he lets you discard, destroy a face-up spell or trap. And Zoma still counts as a trap card, so he's going to be able to out the Zoma and pass turn. We're going to see the other Zoma come down. Then he's going to draw in a Breaker. Breaker effect is going to pop. What's he going to hit? Oh, he's not going to hit. He's not popping. He's going to swing with Zoma. Damage step skill successor to climb the fusion. Poke for 19 and gets met with the Union Scramble. Union Scramble's such an OP card. And then he's going to get to use Hanger also to equip to Y, equipping the Z. He's going to swing into the X-Head Cannon and then just pass turn. Sus draws Z for turn. Uses a skill to summon out the XZ Tank Cannon, which destroys face-down spell or traps. He's going to pop the set, which is Book of Moon. Book of Moon's going to be chained. And then Scramble is going to be activated to add X back. Normal summon X. Flip Y to attack. Y is going to attempt to climb over the Breaker, but good old Sphere Karibo's there to save the day. And then X is going to crash with Zoma, Zoma's going to proc. Oh, no, it's not. He's just going to Sphere Karibo that too. Draws Book for turn. And then sets Book, goes to battle. He's going to crack over the XZ by attacking with Breaker and then using the skill succession engrave. And then he's going to crack over the X. And then just pass to his opponent, who top decks Foolish. Foolish is coming down, going to send Y. Banishing Y and Z to summon YZ. And he can discard target a face-down monster. So his effect's not really going to come into play. He's just here as a beater. 21 into 19. Met with a Book of Moon. Z's going to fall off. And another 21 into 19. Top deck Sphere Karibo. Punches over the... Oh, doesn't punch over. Gets met with the Offering. This is kind of just an example of where I feel like the longer the game goes, the XYZ deck is just in a more powerful position. Because their cards just continuously give them more cards, and then their fusions allow you to remove your opponent's cards. So as the game state starts to simplify, not many other decks have cards that generate absurd advantage, whereas this deck has the, what's it called? The Union Scramble. And also the skill. Just gives you a free card every turn after they had already dealt with all your cards on the field. So I think this deck snowballs a lot harder than any other deck. And you see here, this guy's top decking now. What can he draw that would possibly put him in an advantageous spot? Like, Offerings to the Doom here is removal, which would be good, but it's not good. Because, like, he loses his draw phase to do it, too. And also, I don't know what he was doing here. I guess he's just hitting over it. And then he's going to pass the monster back. But see, like, he draws Scramble. When you're in a top decking situation, this guy's now missing his next draw. And you have Union Scramble. Like, clearly he just goes for game there. But even if he didn't, Union Scramble is just so powerful. It gives you not only a play the next turn, but when all those cards get outed, you then use the skill Fusion again. And now you can also use the Scramble to grab discard fodder. So it's just like, it gives you plays for the next 2 to 3 turns. It's kind of insane. We're going to see Justice go in second, making Sus go first. Opens Hanger for Z, or Hanger for Y, equip Z, and then sets a Offering, and has 2 X-Head Cannon in hand. Then on Justice's side, we see Newdoria, Skill Successor, Zoma, Book of Moon, and Lost Wind. He's just going to set 4 pass. Z is going to special, normal summon X, and just have a wall of beaters. Swings into the set pops Z, and then Y hits direct. End phase Zoma. Breaker's going to be top decked, and that's going to come down. Breaker's going to attempt to pop. We're going to see the Chain Ultimate Offering pop the Zoma. So now Breaker can get over Y, but X is still a threat. He's going to punch over the Y and get met with an Ultimate Offering. And then your Sus is just going to summon X. Hit for game. What was set again? Lost. Yeah, none of these did anything. You could book, but the damage, 2 of them is still enough to go for lethal. But they do a second match. He offers a rematch, so don't click away yet, folks. Match 2, we got the rock, paper, scissors. Justice wins the rock, paper, scissors, and is going to make Sus go first. We see the Hanger in the opening again. Hanger grab Y, equip Z, and then he also has Z, Offering, and Book in hand. Justice has Successor, Newdoria, Kaiser, and Book. And so he sets 2, passes turn. Justice draws Offering. Activates skill to take Y. Tribute summons for Kaiser Glider. And then is going to set skill Successor and Offerings to the Doomed. Swing in for 24. It's going to get met by the Offering. Chain Book to keep it alive. And then the Sus misses his draw phase because of Offerings. So here he's just going to Union Combination, summon out YZ with monsters from his grave. YZ effect to pop the Kaiser. And then, where'd it go? Oh, yeah, Kaiser's effect then activates, spinning the Fusion back. That's kind of powerful. Here we're going to see a Breaker come down. Breaker's effect is going to activate, probably. Oh, no, he's just going to straight swing in. With the set being a Book of Moon, too, if he would have popped it, Book would have just been chained, so here he can swing in, and then the Book could have came down, and it would have done the same thing, but it didn't, and he got to just get some damage in. Top deck's a Hanger, which is not bad. Because Justice does have Offerings to counter the Y that would be searched, but then that puts 2 pieces in grave, and the skill can just be used. So we're going to, and that's exactly what we're going to see happen is Offerings counter the Y, but then the skill just comes in, summons YZ. YZ is going to swing into the Breaker, and then he goes Damage Step, and then he said in Battle Step, Book of Moon. Had the read that he had a damage modifier based on the way he said it. I feel like when you play a card like Skill Successor, you probably then have to say Damage Step to every single attack your opponent does. That way, right here, they don't kind of get the read that you have it based on the fact you said it now of all times. He's going to summon Newdoria and just swing it right in and then get to pop YZ and then pass the turn. And see, right here, it's a top deck war and then Scramble's top decked, and now I'm pretty sure this duel is going to just end. Sets that. Yeah, Scramble comes down. And see, he just scoops. The card is insane. This is probably the reason why the deck is like the best deck. Not only do they have a skill that just generates advantage every turn, but it also has a trap card that does the exact same thing and then makes the skill live again. This deck is kind of crazy. We're probably seeing Sus go first. Yep, and he draws 3 pieces and a Book of Moon. Gonna summon X, set Book, pass. We see Justice has Double Book, Offerings, Sphere Karibo, and Kaiser Glider. We're going to see the Conflict come down, tributing for Kaiser. Set a bunch and hit for 24. Gets met with Book again. What does your sus need a top deck here to be in a good spot? Hanger would probably be really nice if he plays 3Z. If he doesn't play 3Z, I don't know if Hanger does much. Foolish could be nice. Scramble's always nice. I guess let's see what he gets. Hanger. Hanger search Y. Slap the Y down. Hanger effect. It's met with a Book. And then he draws Zoma, it looked like. Flip up Kaiser. Kill the Y. And like, he draws the Scramble. But again, this just kind of shows like, so dude had to use a Book of Moon to counter Y because Y was going to get Z. Which would have, I don't know actually what he could have done from there. Probably like summon YZ or XYZ. But the fact that he had to waste a Book of Moon. So Y ate a card. And then he had to attack it with Kaiser. So it prevented damage, took an attack. And then the turn rolls around to him. And now the Y's in grave. And it's still basically a card. Like, it's half of a fusion summon. So this card was basically 2 to 3 cards worth of cards. It blocked an attack. So it was kind of like a Sphere Karibo. It wasted a Book of Moon. And now it gets to be 1/2 of the fusion summon of a Y's or of a XY. Or if he summons a Z, it's 1/3 of the summon of an XYZ. And then it's another card because it comes back off Scramble. The card's just so much advantage compared to every other card that is printed in this game. I can't think of cards that generate advantage like this. So he's going to banish, he's going to summon Z and then banish X, Y, and Z with this skill to summon XYZ. Use the effect to pop Kaiser. And Kaiser shuffles it back in. Kaiser does seem really cool in that regard too, though, that it gets to continuously, not continuously, but it's been a pretty efficient out so far for fusions. But at the same time, like, it's not that efficient because you either use one of your own tributes or a skill for it. So you're putting 2 cards in to address their fusion that they typically get for free after you had to use cards to address their board already. It's kind of like unfair. This deck is nutty. The Book of Moon, again, we see the Scramble activate and the Book has to be, not has to be, but he opts to use it on the Y. And that way it doesn't take 2 attacks to kill him, I guess. And we're going to see him out the X and the Z. And he draws Foolish, which I don't think is going to matter. I guess we'll see. But here, like, again, the Scramble got him these pieces. Now it's turning into a fusion. The Scramble's going to get him a card to discard off the fusion or a card to normal summon. The deck just doesn't stop. He's going to pitch Foolish to pop. Offerings is changed to pop the fusion. Summon X. Flip Y, equip Y to X. And then the Sphere Karibo comes down. Passes turn. He doesn't get to draw, but Breaker pops the Y and they're going to both swing in. Which, this isn't lethal. So what crazy card is he going to top deck to keep him in it? Hanger. That one's decent. Activates Hanger. Grab Y. Combination effect. Summon out the XY Dragon Cannon. And this is going to get to pop the Zoma. Pitching the Y. And then he's going to get to swing over the Breaker. No damage, of course, because of the skill. But, like, here, if you were playing XYZ, you can draw Scramble. When you're in a top decking scenario like this where you have nothing going for you, Scramble's a card you can draw to be in the game. But here, as the Inner Conflict player, with Inner Conflict having been used already, I don't think there's a card that you could play in the entire game that generates you the same type of advantage. And it just kind of blows for anyone not playing the XYZ deck. We're going to see him switch to defense and then set Scramble. I'm not sure why. He was probably playing around Zoma. Because if the opponent went Zoma in response to the attack, he would have just had to pass, and then Zoma would crack into XY for lethal. But he didn't have it. He only has Lost Wind. But Justice is going to top deck the Breaker. Summon Breaker. Breaker effect is going to probably activate to pop the set. Chain the Scramble. Generate a bunch more advantage. Hanger effect is going to equip Z to Y. And so now Breaker can't get over anything. He just has to pass turn, and he's probably going to get smacked for game. Summon XYZ, XYZ effect, pop the back row, chain Lost Wind, which is going to reduce him to 14. But, like, What does that do? Scramble's going to grab X back, summon, switch, and everything is just going to hit for lethal. And that's GG's, a 4-0 sweep on the side of the XYZ deck. So, if you guys enjoy the speed duel content, let me know. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Only 6% of you are subscribed, by the way, so what the fuck is up with that? Thanks for watching. Take it easy.